Smoke on the side of LGD going to the bottom lane. The solo player up top being CENTAUR. Needs to be a bit careful, actually, Gaimin Gladiators. You know, CM Trine exposes, not necessarily a hero that can do much, though, himself. Backup wasn't really ready to initiate, and in the end, CENTAUR is going to be fine. So, gets exposed, getting some information for the side of LGD, and the ward's going down now.
It's like the classic move right now in your pub game. You play against Tree, and you're like, guys, everyone, move up top. We need to cut the trees, and the team that has Tree, and he's like, guys, we need to go here and smoke them. So they tried a nice way to, like, go from the south, but LGD, I think they kind of know what's up. So both teams, they just kind of get the wards out that they want, and right now they're talking about, okay, which bounty runes are we contesting, and who are we putting where?
Well, you got Sven. He's protecting that top bounty rune. Grimstroke coming in. Stroke of Fate ready, but they do some congestion here. Has CENTAUR also charging in, so yeah, Sven gonna have to fight for this. Puts out the Stormhammer. You have Trine also showing up, lead sheet down, but Sven, he's gonna take some good damage. Will be fine in the end, though, as Quinn managed to get another one, too, so they're gonna get an advantage here for Gaimin Gladiators. It's gonna be 3-for-1, at least in the bounty runes.
Right, easy 3-for-1 for Gaimin, as Tarachu's trying to look for a little more harass. Should have a stun soon, but yeah, I think you probably want to call it quits soon, because the creep waves are coming.
Well, going to have to use it defensively, if anything, but yeah, he wants the CS. He's like, guys, I don't care. Let's just go hit CS, please.
Yeah.
He's making his way back up there.
In terms of the lanes, Grimstroke CENTAUR is a very strong lane, but when you play into some of these tree and protectors, like, that can put out a little bit of heal there, I think both teams are going to farm top and mid lane. I think NothingToSay has to come in big, and he's supposed to win this lane at least slightly on the Earthshaker.
So you're talking about, yeah, NothingToSay with that slight advantage. I know a lot of people very intrigued, as usual, with the mid matchup, but Quinn versus NothingToSay, two top-tier mid players going into this event, certainly, so excitement is there. But yeah, slight advantage for Earthshaker, but as we talked about with Pango, a hero that you still expect to have some impact throughout the game. But, you know, not the easiest game. Hero like Grimstroke being in it, too. We'll see how Quinn has manages to deal with that.
I mean, Quinn, this is like his best hero, and Pango, as we stated already, this hero doesn't need to win its lane. I feel like when this hero goes even, you're already winning because it does so much in the game itself. But I'm really looking at Ace and Aracho. They're going to need to have a good game to help this Pango matchup later in the game against this Grimstroke.
Yeah, so going to come down to the other cores having high impact. So right now, Weaver 7-1. We got Brewmaster 7-0. So very tight up there at the top, at the bottom lane, I should say. As you see, Weaver again, some pretty free farm currently. Chen assisting, has Penitence currently. He's going to hit level 2 soon, and there we go. Picks up that Holy Persuasion, so now that's going to be coming into play. In fact, he uses it right away on the Assassin.
Just, you know, like early on these heroes on game, and this has to be the one lane that they will not win, right? Like you're playing against to carry Weaver. It's like one of the biggest things that this hero will do is like do well in the lane. He's paired up with a Chen, so if Gaimin get out with levels here, that's what they're looking for. And LGD, they're definitely going to be looking for like some early game tempo through this bottom lane, either by kills or maybe your Chen can rotate to top, because Weaver's going to be A-okay in this lane after like 3 minutes.
Yeah, he's having a fantastic time and only going to get better from the sounds of it. So mid lane matchup, 10-4 Earthshaker, 10-4 Pango. So far it is a dead even matchup as they both go for that water rune control, picking up their bottles and continue the harassment back and forth. That leaves the top lane, Sven 10-0, CENTAUR 12-2. So yeah, maybe as you'd expect, Sven is slightly behind when it comes to the early CS so far. But big picture, overall, it doesn't seem like any massive advantage on either side currently.
Yeah, no, it's like the type of game where every core, and I think even most of the supports, they're getting what they want, which really puts more emphasis on like this minute 5, minute 6, minute 7 early moves. As New taking a bit of the tower here, so gonna take some pressure.
Yeah, a little bit scary, but in the end we'll be fine. Good job with the Stormhammer allowing for that damage to come out, but CENTAUR's got that ring of protection. He has a Fairy Fire worst case using the magic stick, so yeah, he really was fine. It's just a matter of how much damage could they do before he had to fall back there. But still no kills coming out as we're now 3.5 minutes into this game. Is there, if we're out to see, I mean, obviously we're going to see a kill eventually, but which lane would you say is highest chance?
If by 6 minutes there's no kill, it's going to happen mid on the active rune. Oh, hold. Tofu taking a lot of pressure. Dead pressure, perhaps.
Nope, there you go. You should have said bottom, Keisu.
Yeah, I should have. I'm stupid.
Tofu going down. Well played there, of course, by LGD to make the kill happen, and that means this Weaver is even going to be that much more excited now.
I mean, you just have like this penitence with Weaver, who's just so strong early on, and they don't have the most protection. Like maybe this is a type of lane where A should look to have perhaps a level of Thunderclap to protect both him and Tofu on the support, but he's opting for the 0-2-1s, maybe a bit more just pressure and playing for himself in terms of that. But, you know, not just nice play from LGD.
Yeah.
You punish that stuff.
Mid lane, ooh, nothing to say, getting a bit low right there, but already using the swashbuckle, so knows his limits. He's going to be fine. Top lane. Again, you see spent at about half-life, but taking advantage of that living armor. Only level 1, but still some regen. And he has to work with as well as a tango. Double edge in his face, only level 1 itself, but they're not afraid to put some harassment out further from the rating side.
Oh, why you smiled on bottom? There's a swarm.
Be dead. In comes Tofu, but cannot connect. Gonna avoid the ghost, and now we have Shiro. Gonna Shikuchi on forward, although the armor's put up on Brewmaster, so he'll survive back in his face, only level 1 itself, but they're not afraid to put some harassment out further from the rating side.
Oh, why you smiled on bottom? There's a swarm.
Be dead. In comes Tofu, but cannot connect. Gonna avoid the ghost, and now we have Shiro. Gonna Shikuchi on forward, although the armor's put up on Brewmaster, so he'll survive back. Getting low at the bottom lane.
I really like Celery's build. It's not very common right now as mid. A lot of pressure, nothing to say. So it's a fairy fire. So I mean, you know, you've got the best players in the world, or some of them like in mid on these matches where they have to keep beating on each other. You're gonna continuously see them get very low in this matchup.
Oh, bottom lane, it continues. Brewmaster getting very low again. Tofu showing up though, and we were respecting that, not gonna all-in commit to a kill, but knows he has some great CS to work with, so he'll gladly accept that. Speaking of CS, you do see Sven at the top lane, has that great cleave, level 2 now, and even pushing the tower with it. Not much they can do about it currently, but if it sticks around a bit longer, you know, maybe there is. Oh.
Okay, gets stunned up, Inkswell.
Inkswell hits, Sven in trouble, armor is applied, it's not going to matter. I was going to say, I mean, that was some bit of greediness there from Sven, it's just a matter of time.
Well, you're putting it nicely, calling it a little bit, but yeah, you know, if you're LGD, you're like, okay, let's kill him. Of course, they're gonna take that trade. I do like Celery's build. I want to touch on it with the living armor. It's not something you see too often right now, but the 6-minute rune, so Lotus's and the active rune.
Oh, we got nothing to say going down in the mid lane. You talk about the active runes coming out, so sure enough, I was watching the bottom lane as well, having its own action. No kills taking place down there though, but. Yeah, finally, Gaimin Gladiators will get on the board, and a pretty big one at that. Obviously, Quinn taking out Nothing to Say. So, Quinn on the Spango, he is actually having a very good start now.
Oh, that is a very big deal, because I'm pretty sure Shaker is probably supposed to slightly win this lane, but now when you get the small kill on him with the Pango Earthshaker, that can just switch the whole matchup. Now he's level 6, Nothing to Say has to TP middle, but now, you know, Quinn, he might be ready to TP to a side lane and help out there, but yeah, big plays.
Shiro, again, Shikuchi forward, and he's having to hug the tower, go all the way back to it, so you see Shiro, always fascinating with Weaver build sometimes, seeing if they even go the boots. In this case, yeah, he definitely does. He has a full power treads, even a bracer on top of that, and look at Ace. He wants to get some CS, but Shiro just making life extra difficult on that Brewmaster.
This is exactly what you need to do. As yeah, he's got Tranquil, so he's even going to skip the Urn. Like ideally, how you play Brew right now, you get Urn, you get to play aggressive in the early game, but he needs Tranquil just to like kind of get through this lane, go Midas, which and like kind of try to scale in the game. So I love what LGD are doing with this Weaver, at least so far in this game.
Yeah, the last pick Weaver is certainly living up to a last pick hero that you'd hope for if you're LGD at least. Meanwhile, top lane, he's in. On to Sven, but he is going to be fine. Yeah, with the war cry, the living armor, it is plenty of damage resistance, at least in that physical sense, and not enough magic to take him down.
This lane between Grimstroke and Centaur is really strong. Like, they have so many spells between the two of them. That's, you know, why you smile. He's kind of looking, okay, should I go top? But he gates back bottom, and Shiro, he's just going to continue to really cause havoc in this bottom lane.
Causing havoc up at the top rune spot, planet. Maybe regretting that decision, but he'll be fine. Puts up the silence, and Pango has to deal with that instead, so Grimstroke walks away top lane. Sven getting low, but again, Grimstroke's not here. That's why perhaps was playing a bit more confident. Knew that he wasn't here, although he is making his way over now, so the overextend could be dangerous.
He's trying to get bumped to the high ground.
Okay, well that works.
Nothing to say. Hot dog. I like that sponsor. I only saw it now. That's some hot dog play right there. Gets bounced to the high ground. You know, you've played against Quinn Pango 800 times. At this point, you know, I'm just going to stand at the edge. Bump me up, brother.
Yeah, I'll take the lift. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Surprised no tip came out right there, but in the end, he's going to be fine. Top lane, maybe not so fine. News getting low again, but so is Sven. The Inkswell hit. And Centaur manages to get away. The Stampede obviously activated for this too, but Sven wants this kill, dang it. Solari will go down elsewhere. Actually, that was here at the top lane, so they do manage to kill on the side of LGD as they take out the support.
Oh, it looks like everyone is here now for LGD, so I like this early aggression. You know, putting all your spells in, you get the Rachi low, Celery falls, because this tower, even Shiro's here. Look, Tofu, see you later, bro.
I mean, Tofu's just dead, absolutely. Double edge. Centaur gets low, but not low enough. He'll be fine. Ring of health kicking in. And yeah, LGD, they certainly have an aggressive lineup early on that's kind of coming together now. 2,000 net worth lead. And you mentioned Grimstroke Centaur especially. It feels like they're having difficulty dealing with this on the side of Gaimin Gladiators.
Yeah, like there's just so much pressure coming out. I mean, the Rachi still hasn't... I mean, I thought he was actually doing a bit better. 3.5k net worth at this point with Sven. It's not really where you want to be at. Of course, he's still doing okay, and if he gets some stacks, he'll recover nicely, but I must say that LGD, this early game is going very well for them.
Oh, great kill, though. Here coming out from the side of Gaimin Gladiators. If it's a kill, never mind. A planet will survive. Slug grenade. There's a swashbuckle to secure it. So, dang it, they made it take a lot longer than expected, but it is a kill in the end by Quinn. He also sees a stack in the jungle, but he wants that Impious Rune. He's going to go back to it and perhaps try to finish it. But yeah, Quinn trying to continue to be that shining star after the pretty good early game.
Yeah, I must say that currently he's the reason why this game is not fully collapsing, I think, because they're losing the top tier 1. They will never be able to kick out the Weaver from the bottom side of the map either. So him having this good game is what's allowing them to play as the Ratio.
Oh, because the stack right here. Duracio's dead. Meanwhile, nothing to say.
Oh my
He's
God.
now trying to deal with this Pango, knocking him back and forth. In comes Muerta as well with the 3B in there. There's no chance that Nothing to Say can get out of there. So that stack was there. Nothing to Say at least wanted to protect it and ends up costing him his life. But they killed Sven.
Yeah, I mean, huge kill. You are delaying Nothing to Say his Blink Dagger, and that's not the only Blink coming out. His new is very close to his. But yeah, Duraccio dying again. This is... I think this has got to be his last step in the next couple minutes, because he's got to be able to hit creeps.
Yeah, still no Mask of Madness at 11 minutes in. That's certainly a lot further behind than he wants to be. 3,800 net worth. You see he's way down there in the charts. 6 as the cores go. That's not where you want to be, obviously. So, yeah, needs to play the game of I just got to farm, play greedy for myself. So we'll see how that works. Meanwhile, he hasn't died yet. He's 3-0-1, and I think it's finally going to happen. There we go. Tofu with the snipe. And they finally take out that Centaur. That's got to feel good at least.
These are some huge kills for Gaimin, like very game-saving. You kill Shaker before, like 200 gold off his Blink, check. Now Centaur 200 gold to his Blink, bam, you kill him as well. So delaying these timings to like help yourself get a little bit like to stabilize the game is just so big.
Yeah. I know you've mentioned him a couple times, but you kind of almost forget that there is a Weaver in this game at the same time, at the bottom lane.
He really is in this game, and he's doing well. I like his build. I think it was a Dragonlance into a potential Desolator. Yeah, I honestly... Desol might sound weird against the Sven, but I think Sven is going to need some time to really build up the armor for the team, and when you look to play fast, Desol just amplifies the tempo you can play on as a team, so I'm a big fan of this build.
Yeah, and there's also the argument that in a sense it kind of negates that armor that is put up in the first place. Take a look at it that way certainly too. But yeah, the earlier the better, and you're right, he's already got almost one Mithril Hammer finished. Another 1,600 gold for the other, and that Desol is going to be coming online. And speaking of Weaver being involved, trying to maybe get involved here as battle towards the bottom rune. Double damage though by Quinn, and LGD will respect that as they fall back, but you talk about the blinks. Nothing to Say does have his now. Centaur, I believe his is being delivered as we speak too. So those blink daggers now going to be online.
Oh, LGD have got this is one of the strongest timings in this game for them. Like for real, you see that this Brewmaster has a Midas. He's only an ultimate at this point. Your Weaver is fighting ready even without the Deso. You have double blink, you have Inkswell, you have Chen with Solar Crest, so it's kind of go time. Looks like Quinn is continuing to be very annoying, at least on the map, forcing out a defensive Stampede. Yeah,
pretty good cooldown to get forced out right there of 90 seconds, but in the end, Centaur, he's fine. Manages to get away, get some information as far as where the Pango's at, but Pango also next to his Sven teammate he mentioned needs to just hit creeps, and well, he is starting to do that now as the Mask of Madness, as we talked about, and of course that Echo Saber going to be coming up next. When is the time that Sven will start feeling a bit more comfortable as far as taking fights? Is it the Echo Saber, or will it be more?
It's honest. It's like in 8 minutes or something. Like he's gonna get Echo Saber, you keep farming, and then you split it for BKB. I think that's the first time you're really looking to actively engage. Until then, it's on Quinn and the bros go together, Tofu, Celery, let's go smoke brothers, and like try to free up the map.
Well, meanwhile, speaking of smoking towards the bottom side of the map right here, but not really much action to take place. Weaver, he's safely farming over in his jungle. Mentioned that Desolator, it's still being worked on. Now 2,100 gold saved up for him. But Ace, I haven't mentioned a lot about Brewmaster throughout this game has picked up. Has the Midas.
He's recovering very nicely. Look at his network.
Certainly.
Yeah, like he was like bottom of the course, kind of struggling a bit. Now he's like in the top 4. So the Midas rush with the Tranquil Boot certainly working out. I mean, this is why this guy is probably one of the best offlaners in this entire year. He just knows how to scale in the game. Like he will always find impact.
Yeah, and we talked about with the potential to scale on a hero like Brewmaster. I mean, hell, he's going to Radiance next to follow up with his. He has a Talisman of Evasion already, and of course that Sacred Relic now queued up. So certainly going to be a fantastic item to have. Pango wants to make a play at the bottom lane, it looks like, but not going to get the chance. Instead, we'll cut the creep wave. And speaking of progress, Pango has a Diffusal Blade. Let's go with the Orbit Corrosion as well. So, as we mentioned several times, Quinn does continue to have a very good game himself on this Pango.
Yeah. This bottom ward, by the way, that Gaimin plays next to the tier 1 on the left, it saw both the Centaur and the Earthshaker TP here. So I think Gaimin have a very easy read on the map right now. And if I'm LGD, I would kind of want to look to like speed up this game, right? They should feel it their head. You have Chen ult, you have double blinks, you have Solar Crest. I think you can force Roche, you can smoke mid, and maybe just like burst Quinn out of the game. But I think this Pango is doing too much right now in this game. He's stabilizing this game literally on his own.
Yeah. Definitely a case of being a little bit too passive, and certainly the argument to be made there for LGD. You mentioned the Blink Daggers have been online now for a couple of minutes on their side, and we really haven't seen much of it. But as I say, this Echo Slam initiation comes out, and there we go, almost right on cue. Never mind, the Primal Split, and Ace will survive. That's an unfortunate situation for LGD. Even the Stampede activated there. So they won't get the hero kill. They get the tower kill, but oh, that's got to feel bad.
This is why, you know, changing up your skill builds, it matters. Celery has level 3 living armor. He got to pop it on him. And I'm pretty sure Ace also, like him having this weird Talisman of Evasion. Like he lived with like 1 hit. He also had the green stance on, which gives you armor and magic resistance. So just a huge play. Like this goes from him dying to him just living and wasting all the time.
Yeah.
Mid Planet.
Planet, he's in a lot of trouble. Diffusal coming out. Soulbind, it's not going to matter, though.
Can't make it out.
Yeah, barely in range there for the final auto attack, and Grimstroke does go down. So diving way past the tower, they're feeling confident, as they should be. And this net worth is nearly identical now, especially after what just happened right there. So, yeah, Gaimin Gladiators is certainly doing plenty themselves, playing passive enough, reacting well enough, and they're also just open up the map plenty for Sven. As you mentioned, this certainly needed to do, and mission accomplished there.
Yeah, I mean, Gaimin are playing this map very flawlessly. Like, the way you would want to play is like a 1-3-1 split, usually, when 2 cores need to farm. And they're doing perfect. Look at the Rachio's recovery. Quinn is going around the map doing everything. It's really on LGD. I think they have to find their grip in this game right now. At least they're going to get themselves Roshan. So that is step 1, that's for sure.
Weaver with the Deso. Definitely helps for a possible Roshan. So as you mentioned, we see that happening here, and maybe not going as fast as they hoped for, but in the end, it is going to be a successful one. They do have the Ogre, Frost Mage as well, applying Ice Armor themselves, so able to help mitigate some damage and take the utility of that. But this is taking a while, isn't it? They're going to get the Aegis on Weaver, and now what do they do with it, though? Again, the Blinks are here. They've been here for a while. You got a Weaver with an Aegis. It feels like you need to make an aggressive play with this Aegis.
Yeah, you definitely, like, there's only 2 ways. You try to push some towers, but I think you don't just want to blindly do that. You're going to try to close out the map slowly, try to get 1 or 2 kills, and then just speed up the game. As we have a Stampede, looking for Ace.
No Primal Split, 10 more seconds. Echo Slam committed as well by himself, but dang it, they want this kill, and they will get the kill. So he's out for 35, and well, right off the bat, they do make a pretty big kill happen with it, and now it's just a matter of pushing, perhaps.
Yeah, they need to continue to do this. Like this kill, it's nice and dandy, but you're gonna have to just continue to really keep it moving, like push in the lanes and get everything going. Because yeah, as we can see, like they used Echo, they used 4 people, aggressive Stampede as well, and for every minute that goes on like this, like when the Rachu gets top net worth, which is in 1 or 2 minutes, he's gonna be a super scary hero.
See, speaking of Dirachu on that Sven, continues to hit creeps by himself, and super scary hero is getting there pretty nicely. Shadow Blade almost done for him as he heads now to the bottom lane as Weaver also down there, but not much going to happen with that. 3-player smoke for the side of Gaimin Gladiators. They're going up top. You have Trent up here. He does have his overgrowth ready, so see if he finds an opportunity to use it or not. It could be possible.
If they find them here, it looks like LGD wants to strike first.
But at what cost? Oh, they did not expect this response. They do get the kill, but CENTAUR, he's going to go for the immediate TP. That's not going to happen. He gets feared out of it. And now CENTAUR in panic mode. Stampede in 10 more seconds. The fear put him through the trees. He blinks away. I cannot believe he actually got out of there.
Oh, okay. If he gets out, this is criminal. This is criminal gameplay. The split came out a second too late as well to cancel the send. Ooh, no. Oh, roll. Why you smile? Oh, the pressure.
Oh, you're actually, he wants his kill still, but he's not going to get it on CENTAUR at least. Meanwhile, Chen gets caught looking elsewhere, and Chen likely double, maybe not. Nothing to say. Jumps in, and now Sven's the one in trouble. Sven's going to go down. Trying to get the free kill on Chen, but he goes down. He's out for 45 seconds. Disaster indeed, KZU.
I cannot believe they actually got out, as Quinn seems to be fine. So I think Grimsrow's TP barely completed before the brew split, so that is kind of nothing. Then New somehow gets to blink out, so really needed plays here from LGD, like big outplays.
Wouldn't expect anything less here at the road to TI, baby. As mid tower goes down, LGD using that momentum to get a free objective. And we talked about using this Aegis aggressively, and certainly feels like Shiro and others have done this so far.
I mean, the Rachu has gotten to recover, but he chose, so he's not going to have a BKB, at least for now. So he's deciding to go the Silver Edge first, which is greedy. So if he receives 1 or 2 more devs, I think that could really hinder his gameplay. Like, if this BKB doesn't come out for like that second Roach fight or something like that, I really feel that could be game-breaking for Gaimin.
Sven gathering more of an army, picks up a CENTAUR himself right there. Muerta?
Ooh. There you killing the Tormentor.
Oh no, oh, the Echo Slam on top of the Tormentor. In comes Weaver as well. The Tormentor goes down, but now it's time for Gaimin Gladiators to get the hell on out of there. The fact they've only lost, okay, they are going to lose Quinn as well. And so they lose 2, not worth it whatsoever. What timing by the Earthshaker.
I haven't even seen something like that in my pubs. Like, that is just the best timing for nothing. He was smoked and maybe in this route, I think. So finding 4 people there hitting the Tormentor, my God.
Yeah. That is the juiciest Echo Slam ever right there. They're all a half-life, even less, and that's got to feel good for him. And obviously LGD as a team, the timing, the presence of mind to check there at the right time, and boy, were they right. Earthshaker has a BKB. He's going to be queuing up the Ags next, but yeah, that was a thing of beauty if you're an LGD fan for sure. As far as Gaimin Gladiator goes, this Pango has started to drop a little bit. Another death on him, and it continues to just fall back, though, on this Sven, it feels like, right, KZ, where they need him to have the farm, have the impact, and
yeah, right.
necessarily
like,
felt it.
In the early game, I think Quinn is making space for, he made space for Ace and the Rachu to like kind of get to the network that they're at now. But at this point, they need to give back to him. If they're not ready to fight, then he can't fight on his own anymore. So I think they're still in the state on Gaimin where they need more time. The Rachu needs more time. I think Ace is probably fighting ready, but he also needs the Rachu to be online, and I would like the Rachu to swap to a BKB right now. Don't finish the Silver Edge, split your Echo Saber, go BKB.
Yeah, I kept clicking on him, and I'm glad you said that, because I was thinking to myself too, yeah, BKB feels pretty good here, and I hadn't had it until, as you mentioned, right there. Now, okay, he is at least going to go the Chrysalis first. He buys components for that. So he maybe is just going to go for the full Silver Edge, and that means that BKB timing certainly going to be delayed that much more now. The zoom out, though, here, KZ, is like, you look at the net worth, and it's just one of many things, but, I mean, all 3 cores on Gaimin Gladiator's side are still looking pretty damn good.
No, definitely. I mean, it's not like they're in a really bad... But this just means that him going Silver Edge, that he's confident that, you know, he just wants to speed up his own game. He will still get to fight later. If they get to live for a while, he will get his BKB eventually and then fight. But, I mean, the LGD certainly have the potential to speed up this game, and I think the second Roach is going to be the next crucial timing in this game.
So that was a pretty big Tormentor kill right there. Not only Tormentor's just nice to kill, obviously, for a team like LGD, a free one, but Chen picks up a shard, and that means right away using it on the Ancient. Gets that Ancient Thunderhide, and going to be able to get impact there now and some value in terms of taking over these Ancients to team fight and push with, etc. So
I mean, the Radiant support shards are so strong. You have the Inkswell against like all these tanky heroes, against the Pandas and whatever there may be. Chen being able to pick up an Ancient with like an aggressive carry like Weaver, giving him attack speed is just crucial in this game.
Wrap around mid lane, NothingToSay leading the way, wants to get in there. The Primal Split though, the Echo Slam after the fact though, they're pretty low, but they are going to be fine. Pango, meanwhile, rolling the other way. Caught a distraction. BKB from Earthshaker. Mitigates the stunts on him. He wants to find somebody else. He goes for Trian himself. God Strength going off right there. Trian's getting low, but jump in from Sven. But Sven's in a bad spot now. He's being locked down by everything. He can't freaking move. No BKB. He's out for 50 seconds. And LGD feeling pretty good right here. Weaver included. Shiro's having a free time. Still has time lapse and BKB. Not even needed to be used yet. Muerta will fall. And it's run time for the Gaimin Gladiators, at least the ones that are left, Quinn included. Quinn, Manta. The damage is real, though. Shikuchi forward again. Quinn knows he needs to dodge here some way, somehow. Oh, finally gets out of there, though, as Shiro's not going to risk it using the time lapse. But, I mean, they got the 2 kills. They're going to get a third, most likely, on a Brewmaster now, as Ace is by himself, isolated. That's a killing spree for Shiro. LGD, this is the more dominant lead that they've had so far this game.
I mean, they're just doing too good in these fights. I think the Raju might just need a BKB before they take a head-on fight. I mean, sure, it was a nice smoke to like kind of go around and try to find them. They even like echo the split to like put them low, stampede away to Kaito roll. I think Gaimin are not fully on the same page. Like the split is behind, the roll is behind, but the Raju is going all the way in. They're going to have to look to, I think, regroup themselves at this point.
Yeah, the initial reaction definitely was solid there as you see kind of the fight playing out. This was a classic case of a fight. There's just a lot of different parts to it. There was several different skirmishes, almost like 3 different fights happening at once as far as who's on who. So yeah, the communication maybe not necessarily as on point as you would hope. And LGD, though, they were clearly much cleaner throughout the fight. I mean, Sven got isolated, and that really set the tone of it. And we know what the end result right there. Back to the live action, NothingToSay. BKB teleport, it's a hell of a thing. He gets out.
No overgrowth yet, so nice choice by NothingToSay. Just TP's out right away. I mean, I understand that the Raju like wants to get into the backline, but you know, you're playing against LGD. They're aware. They have a sentry down. They can instantly turn on you. So yeah, it's gonna be time for him to. At least by the time the second Roach is up, I think he will have BKB on Sven. You can split his Echo, and then you need to take that fight. Because if LGD get this next Roach, Aegis, Cheese on the deck, honestly, I don't know if you can deal with that tempo anymore.
Yeah. It does feel like it could become a case of too little, too late, but for now, not at that point yet. Still a minute remaining as we see with the yellow timer here for Roshan. And of course, you have LGD positioning as if they want to do it. You even see Chen pinging it out, but again, not going to be out for another minute. They'll push out the top lane. Meanwhile, go for the tier 2 tower, and that living armor makes it a bit more annoying, but in the end, they should be able to kill it. Well, perhaps. Fortification also makes it annoying, so maybe not just yet, at least, but they're trying, darn it. Centaur, he almost has a heart, though, by the way, as well. So, yeah, this Centaur is also getting pretty nasty.
And people underestimate the Centaur hero, like, for sure. Like, I've seen it. The Pure was starting, I think, to kind of make it meta, where you get the shard later, you have hard, you go Kaya Sanji, you just get really tanky. And his team already has a lot of shards, so later, you know, the next Tormentor, maybe he gets it already. Maybe you even get the cheese from this next Roshan, so you really can't disrespect any of these LGD heroes.
We are seeing tier 3 neutral items also coming out here and being picked up, so something else to keep in mind. Titan Sliver, in fact, picked up by the Earthshaker. Pretty good one right there. And Earthshaker also almost has his axe finished, by the way, as well. So another tool that they'll have to take advantage of. Chen, by the way, he also has a Centaur of his own sitting in the Roshan pit, and they see Roshan respawn. So Roshan's up, and look at where LGD's going. Shiro leading the way. Goes right for Roshan, and I don't think they're stopping this at all. This is
No,
gonna be
absolutely not.
Roshan.
It's like I think we can even see on the map state already. They have no intention of fighting. If they get to keep the net worth even on Gaimin, I think they're probably gonna call it a win for now, because you just got the BKB completed on Sven, you got the Ags on Pango. It's definitely gonna help them in like the next fights, but LGD are still incredibly happy with this outcome.
There you go. Shiro picks up the Aegis, the immediate smoke, and they're headed bottom. Uh-oh, Celery. Could be the one that could be in trouble here. Never mind. He picks up on the Q. Will teleport out. So he'll survive himself, but now how does LGD play this? Weaver's going to open up on the creep wave and figure out where they want to go on the map. There's the tier 2 mid as well as bottom lane that are up for Gaimin Gladiators. There's a couple of choices there, but this all-important BKB has finally been finished on Sven.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens
now. It's just going to be important that when they take a fight, Sven is the type of hero as, okay, he's looking around mid.
Uh-oh. Oh, that was close. Uh-oh. Axe jump in. He's already at half life. He doesn't want to use the BKB if he doesn't have to, though. He has reinforcements, and he is going to be able to be disciplined enough and hold on to it.
He did break the smoke, because LGD are pretty fast on their fingers there to even try and catch him. Looks like Gaimin are going to go for a turnaround smoke, as they want to catch LGD off guard now. I do like this move.
Nothing to say jumping in, but now cutting him off. Ace trying to at least. The Axe makes it a bit more difficult, though. Sven's hunting. Sven is in there deep, man.
He is looking with I think it's a little weird and hard for Gaimin to start a fight, right? You don't have Blink on your Sven. I think Quinn does not have a Blink yet either. He's got very strong items, but no initiation. So starting a fight for them is just super awkward.
MKB just finished on Weaver as well. This is a deadly, dangerous hero right now. On the side of the Radiant. Yeah, that's going to be a difficult hill to climb over if you're Gaimin Gladiators, but it all starts with that jump for sure. I mean, he doesn't have the Lincolns or anything like that, so if you do happen to get the jump, burst, follow up, I mean, it's certainly potential, but a lot easier said than done, of course. It's easy tier 2 tower kill.
I think they're going to need to defend the high ground, right? You've got the 4k HP Centaur with a Solar Crest who can tank this tower. You've got Weaver with Aegis hitting. And if your jump is awkward, how do Gaimin respond to this move? You need to, like, what, smoke around and get them off, or hope that his poke is enough, but I feel like Centaur can just continue to tank this.
Sven's not here yet. He's farming elsewhere. He does have a TP, of course, but he's waiting for the call. The tier 3 tower goes down, the call not made yet. Finally, TP's back in. Now the call of where do they go, how do they go? Centaur disarmed. Ace jumping to the back lines. Nope, signs immediately. Now he's just on the blow up onto Ace. Oh, man, that caught him off guard. Sven, though, God Strength. Buyback is ready by Brewmaster, and now it's Gaimin Gladiators' turn. At least they think so. Now Sal, Celery getting low to Weaver. Weaver time-lapse. BKB's up. Goes right back into Sven, though. He has to be careful. BKB is going to be wearing off soon, and no time-lapse. He has the Aegis, though, of course. Pango, he's trying to be a cause of distraction. He'll be fine. Centaur is getting low. Muerta cannot finish the job. The Lotus Orbit run. As their Shaker trying to block, and Centaur has the cheese. 2 seconds, 1 second. Yes, he's going to be able to eat it now. There we go. He eats it, and he's back, ready to fight, baby. Shen, lift it up.
Everyone is still alive.
I can't believe everyone's still. That's insane. Yeah, Ace the only death. Shiro, but he fought back, of course. Time lapse in 4. He has the Aegis still. Time lapse. Does he go for it? No, except death at this point. Says, I have an Aegis, I'm coming back up. And yeah, Gaimin Gladiators, I would think about a reset now.
They need to get the hell out of here. They used all their spells. New, finding a good stun on Tofu.
Well, Muerta, pierce the veil. Only going to save him for so long. Tofu's certainly dead at this rate, it feels like. They want more, though. He's fine for now. Okay, finally goes down. Sven, he does make it out. After it's all said and done, I mean, really only that Muerta kill. But they're just going to keep going. Why would LGD stop?
They've used all their spells. It was already a hard fight to begin with, and I think they did well. It's good jump on Dyrachyo.
Oh my gosh, the blow up. Ben is out for 75 seconds. No buyback. Oh, that is not what you want to see if you're Gaimin Gladiators. Exactly. Their hand caught in the cookie jar just a little too close, and we talked about that upfront burst. So it's LGD that has plenty of it, clearly. That's another tower. This just might be It's not going to be megas. There is a tier 2 bottom, but it's 2 sets of racks. That is a lot of damage.
This is double racks and like 19 or 20k gold lead, I think, by the time that Sven comes back alive. Maybe you kill some tormentors and so on. The only thing that gaming get from this fight is to talk about how to take the next one, which will be the last fight of the game, potentially.
35 seconds for Sven to figure out what they can do next. But clearly LGD feeling all the momentum right here. Yeah, Weaver. We mentioned about the lack of the Lincoln so far. Well, guess what's coming up for Weaver now? It is that Lincolns, of course. So you'll have that tool to work with. An Assault Cuirass for the Centaur also going to be happening. And Earthshaker, why not just get an Octarine core? So yeah, it's still in it. It's Gaimin Gladiators, but that net worth lead, as you mentioned, 16,000 plus, is clearly showing off now. Yeah, with these luxury items.
It's starting to become a really hard game for Gaimin, which is already super apparent. But if you're the Rachi now, I don't really know, like, what is your go-to into the fight? This Weaver has more than 2,000 HP. He's not sure yet what he's going to buy, but he has Chen behind him. He has, like, Inkswell that can take him out of the stuns as well. And, like, so much tankiness. Like, when you play Sven, you want to go in and burst someone. I don't think he can.
Yeah. Yeah, and I love it. He actually... So he ends up switching up on the Lincolns there, it looks like. That's Weaver. Because to your point, he really does have so much protection around him. You throw the Lotus Orb as well from Centaur. He has so many outs with his teammates, and they're certainly on point with that. So feeling confident without the Lincolns for the time being.
But personally, I think the Satanic is great. It gives you like more tankiness. You can also take off like the overgrowth. You don't really want a BKB for just that, so gives you like another tool to deal with that. You just have so much stuff behind you as well. I must say that LGD are impressing in this game. Like from all of their item builds, how they're moving on the map. I think their support impact is always crazy as well.
Yeah, and again, a Chen pick and a scratch, not really scratch their head, but more so, maybe not the most typical pick. And then we threw the Weaver final pick on top of that. A carry we do not see a lot right now, but LGD is showing that it's not about what we see in other games. It's about what we need this game. And clearly proven to both be very good picks and across the board. Good picks for their side. And they're hunting once again. 4-player smoke. Quinn. He's the one that may have to be careful here if they go uphill. He already used his Manta. They know he's here. Nothing to say. He'll clean up the rest, and that's an escape for Pango. But now LGD is just going to protect the bottom part of the map. They're going to go for the tier 2 down here.
Yeah, I really like what LGD are doing in terms of their wards. Like, there's one in the triangle. There's another one above the tier 2 tower, and now one also below the tier 2. Because if you're Gaimin, I think the best way for them to try and fight in this game is to actually take a fight outside of the base, like right here where LGD are now. So since they're not doing that, the only thing that they're doing is what? You fight in base with buybacks? Because I think, look at LGD. They're going to make you defend this tower.
I mean, Weaver has 3,200 life. This is a hero that's notorious for not having the most life, but not the case here. And obviously all the tools around him, so I don't know what Gaimin Gladiator does, but they got to figure something out because their tier 3 tower is taking a beating. In fact, it's dead. Sven trying to get his angle here, but can't find it. And LGD, hey, they're playing discipline, though. They don't need to finish the game right here, right now. They're just going to fall back after the tier 3 and consume even more of the map.
Yeah, I mean, look at it. You have so many defensive items. You have Solar Crest, you have Guarding Beast, you have Hand of God, you have a Golem that gives you more percentage HP as well. You even have a Vindicator's Axe on Shiro. Like, if he gets stunned by Sven, he gains 20 armor, like more than doubling. I don't think this Weaver can get bursted anymore.
Yeah, that doesn't feel like that could be part of your strategy. If you're the side of Gaimin Gladiators here, it really comes down to maybe picking off the supports, get some angles on them, get some jumps on them, and then go from there. But obviously, you found yourself in a pretty deep hole, and if LGD is going to be sticking together, it feels like pretty grim hope, frankly, for their side. But a bit of a spread, as I say this currently. LGD is, spread out throughout the map, and now Gaimin Gladiators is trying to take advantage of that.
They need to find them when they're scattered, or like you find like a backline jump. Like right now, if you're playing against this LGD draft, I think you need to kill Chen and Grimstroke. I do like that Gaimin are going for this move, and they might find a decent angle here.
Oh, Weaver exposes Quinn. They're gonna kind of jump. Shiro, though, already using Shikuchi. Bit of an awkward initiation. Sven in the backlines.
Oh my god, Tofu's just dead.
Yeah, that was like two-shot, it felt like right there. Tofu gets annihilated. Planet, he's trying to deal with Ace this whole time. Inks will help him, but meanwhile, Shiro's like, get off my dang support. Down goes Ace. He can't even primal split in time, and he's out for 100 seconds. Pango rolling around, but Once again, it feels like a lost cause, although Sven, he at least wants to kill on to the Grimstroke. He'll get it, but look at Weaver's damage. Gets him to about a third of his life. And he's going to not be running too fast soon here. Silver Edge for a couple more seconds. They hit the stun, though, and that should be the end of him as well.
And LGD, they're playing these fights so well. Like, New just instantly takes out Tofu. I feel like Ace didn't even get to pop his split. There's just one golem that Innocence has, the small one. It's a 5 AoE armor reduction. I didn't even know this existed. Like, the small golem on top of the Deso and the Swarm. It's just so much.
Yeah, LGD, great, fantastic draft here, and the performance just top tier as well. No, you wouldn't expect anything less here in the road to TI at this time of the year. So on the verge of concluding game number 1, it's a last stand for Gaimin Gladiators. You have Brewmaster still down for 40 seconds, though. You look at CENTAUR, he's broke. He doesn't even care. He's just in their face, creating and causing more of that chaos. Earthshaker, he's trying to help get the kill on a Quinn meanwhile, and they will kill Train. He fights back, but yeah, it's this is that overtime phase of, hey, let's just play it out here a little bit longer, but get some stats.